Welcome back. It's our next set of quarterfinals. Maven and Merc here to break down the action. We're going to be highly critical as we are two of the best Blackout players in the world.
I'd probably say I'm probably top 5. I don't know.
In the 30 to 40-year-old age group.
Maybe like top 50 percentile. You're up there, I guess. You got a lot of wins, but that's really just things.
Because of you. Thank you.
Yeah, the people you play with.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. But no, this is gonna be exciting. I'm pumped to break down the action. We already saw the first set of quarterfinals go down. A couple of teams have moved on. Now we're gonna see who else gets into the semifinal match. This should be riveting stuff. But there you see the bracket, United and Accelerate. They've got on to the semi. Now we'll have Splice versus Envy and 100 Thieves versus Enigma 6. Now, this is going to be interesting. You know, when I first heard the Envy team, it's subject to change. These teams are picking 2 of their players, or a coach can come in and play with them as well. But when I heard it was going to be Aches and Hook, that was one of my favorites, probably with Temp and Aqua on the Splice side.
Yeah, they play each other round 1.
Yeah, those are probably who I had in the final if it wasn't set up this way.
Yeah, you know, obviously Ace isn't here. It'll be silly playing with Hook. But yeah, Aqua and Temp, those guys, that's going to be the first match that we end up going into first. But Aqua plays a good amount of BRs. He's a very solid BR player, so these guys are going to be fun to watch. We were watching them warm up, and they dropped like, I don't know, like around 30 kills. And yeah, they're going to put up big numbers.
I was surprised Aches didn't make it out for him, because this is for fun. You know, this isn't tied to the league. The players are here. This is to give them something fun to do on a Friday night, play for some extra cash and have some fun. But he texted me, he's like, I woke up at 4:45. The day was chalked. I was like, all right, I don't know what he was doing.
I mean, you're playing for a potential 5.
Yeah. But
I would have been here. 4:45 sounds like time enough to shower, drink some coffee, and be in here.
Well, a reminder on the format of this. It's kind of, if you've played wagers on Blackout or watched some of your favorite streamers, it's just about the kills. Loot up, play fast, use vehicles to get on the action as you're rotating with the circle. So we're going to play 2 rounds for each of these teams, similar to what you just saw in the last cycle. But if you're just joining us, it's interesting because you have kind of a shift between your first round and your second within this same round. You got to, what's the difference maybe for you when you get that first drop?
Well, obviously the first game you're just sort of playing, I wouldn't say conservative, but it just depends what these teams have. A lot of people like to drop hot, firing range, red barn. You know, we saw a couple of teams go long barn, Rivertown, right? Yeah. That was the center of the map. That's where you're going to find a lot of action, a lot of good loot very quickly. And then you have some other teams who, they might have a house or 2, right? Just sort of near those positions. But what they want to do is loot up a little bit, then go into those fights, right? Because the big threat early on is if you don't find a gun, if you don't find loot, anybody can beat you.
It's very true. But we did talk about how we thought Splice and Envy were some of our favorites. Unfortunately for them, they're matching up first round, and we've got them on the floor with Study.
All right, guys, we are here with 2 players from Team Envy and 2 players from Splice. I'm going to start on this side. Silly, how do you feel going into this?
I feel great. I need to get my vengeance against Donnie after losing them this week, so really going to hope we beat him here.
That was a super mega. I remember that one. Huke the Nuke, how you feeling going in?
Feel pretty confident. I think this is the toughest team here, but we're here to win, so yeah.
Okay, let's send it over to this side. Temp, I just want to know if the quote still stands, even for Blackout. Free dubs, free cash. These guys are trash. How you feeling?
It's absolutely true. Kylie literally can't beat me. This is literally about to be the easiest win of my life, to be honest.
Okay, and Yuli, Aqua, I know you heard Nameless up there talk about you before in all Battle Royale games. How you just feeling going into this?
I don't even play BR anymore. I'm just going to play for fun and just win out.
Okay. That's it for us down here. Send it back, Joe and Clint.
That's another part of it that we haven't talked about much, but these guys are playing against each other in the CWL Pro League. There was a devastating loss. So if you missed it this week, Envy's up 2-0. They're feeling good. And he said the super mega, he's talking about a super mega reverse sweep because it was 3 in a row for Splice, a crushing loss for Envy. So the fun side of this too, yeah, maybe a little trash talk, a little bit of revenge.
Just a little bit, but yeah, I mean, again, it's just for fun for these guys. You know, just they're done for the week.
Pride on the line, though.
Just
Pride on the line.
Out, you know, just trying to win some extra cash. Who doesn't want that?
I love it. Well, you know, Hook and Temp, obviously, they came up around the same time, younger players. They've teamed together in the past. Yeah, they've teamed together, years back and as recently as last year. So, yeah, a little rivalry there, which will spice things up. But Temp looks confident. I did watch, they had one warm-up match they were playing, and I think they dropped 33. They lost the game.
I just said that.
Oh.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, Joe.
Are you sure?
I was reminding people, Joe.
Yeah, go ahead, say it again. One more
33
time.
they put in a warm-up.
Warm-up match. You okay? Thanks, Clint.
Yeah, just making sure it's clear at home.
Yeah.
Who do you favor in this, though?
I think Temp and Aqua. It's so hard to favor people, though, right? We'll see how they play just right off their start. I mean, Hook and Silly, obviously 2 of the best players, 2 of the best Call of Duty players in the world. Definitely.
Well, if we go all the way back to E-League, Hook was there, right? I mean, that's the last time I think I watched him play a Blackout. That's right. You were the champ. You were the champ.
I am an E-League champion.
Are you the best Blackout player?
I'm trying to think, are any of these guys on my Blackout team? I don't think they were. I don't believe so.
Okay.
But I remember Hook and Silly put up some solid performances.
Nah, Hook is nuts. He is, well, him and Temp, two of the, when you just talk about individual talent they bring to the table in Call of Duty, they are absolutely insane. But this is a different ball game when you're headed into Blackout. Money on the line, a different kind of pressure, and these guys are used to experiencing on the main stage. A shot of the other quarterfinal that's going to be going down as well. Enigma 6 and 100 Thieves.
Yeah, E6, I mean, you're going to have Cade and Diabolic. I saw them warming up a bit. And then Octane and Slash are the two from 100 Thieves. You know what they can do, right? Two of the most talented players
I played with Octane.
that we have in the crowd.
I played with Octane. He's carried me to some victories, that's for sure.
He shoots pretty straight,
Yeah.
so I imagine. So, again, I think the big worry for these guys early on, right? Because we're dropping into squads. These guys are going to go off in their own pairs. Everywhere they go is going to be a 2 versus 4, right? Just depending. So the scariest part for me, or anybody, will be that drop. You know, can you find a gun? Will you find armor? We obviously know a lot of the Blackout changes. We played a good amount this week, right?
Yep.
There were some changes to armor. It's definitely buffed. I mean, some of the squad games we've had, people are just staying alive a lot longer, where towards the end of those circles, everyone's still alive. You have 40, 50 people left.
Well, how big are those armor changes for players of this caliber? You think it benefits them?
Absolutely, right? I mean, if they get shot in the back or there's somebody in a dark corner, they'll have time to
chance
get
to
out of their
smoke them.
life. Yep. And we're going to go into game 1, and, just taking a look at where the drop is, it's right over the middle. So they have the opportunity to basically go wherever they want.
Well, for newer viewers at home, maybe they haven't played as much Blackout, why are we seeing these guys favor mid-map so much?
That's just where the hot spots are, right? Well, right now you have
and east of rotation as well.
Yeah, the east of rotation, right? So you obviously, hey, where can we go? Where is that circle? Where's it collapsing on in?
But Ghost Town plays into it just because that's the new spot. It's hot. The first time we dropped there the other day, it's like 30 players were there. It was
about 60 people. Pixels were hardly loading. It was tough.
Well, let's get in. Silly's POV off the break, and it looks like it might be a ranged drop as they're headed right on in. The focus early will be loot. What can these guys get set up with? When you play like a regular game looking to win versus the Wager Style, when you're playing aggressive for kills, anything different with regards to your loot or setup you're looking for?
No, I don't think so.
Pretty the same?
Yeah, you're just sort of looking for what you get. Now, Silly and Hook, they're going to land at, well, this gas station and coffee shop, but there's some new buildings here. Silly's just trying to find any loot he can.
Yeah, it's a lot different than it was a week ago.
Then taking a look at where the other guys went. So it looks like the Splice boys did head to train station. You heard Nameless talk about a train station, a pretty popular spot. But these guys, really what they're looking to do, they don't land in range. They don't land at one of the barns. They're trying to find loot as fast as possible. As you see Aqua in the top right able to get a kill.
He didn't have the armor.
And then what they're going to do is rotate into that firing range, just try to find kills as they're looting.
Now, we've seen teams that have been obviously they're playing against each other within the same team, but we've seen some really spread out, some trying to pick kills against each other. What are the tactics there with regards to where they spread on the map? With regards to the two duos, like we've seen them, like if you've had both pairs kind of playing together around fracking, do you try to stay as far away from your competition and find kills, or try and hunt, lurk, take kills from them?
There's always sort of that weird time. A lot of that comes into the sort of the lead, right? What we'll see in game 2 is
just where the score stands.
A 5 to 10 kill lead. You might follow the opponents, right? Just try to take their kills, at least split with them. If you split, they're not catching up to you. But I believe it's already a full 3 for Splice inside train. Might be looking for more. You can see Aqua playing very slow around this warehouse with Temp.
Oh yeah, if they picked up 3, you think they're likely looking for one more player in this vicinity. We'll see if they can get out and start the rotation before somebody gets picked. But for now, just group up, loot up, see what you can get to that arsenal, because we've seen how tough it can be later in the game. Like, yes, a lot of times when you're a player this caliber, you can get a lot of your loot from fights. Like, you win an opening team fight, you win that second fight, and you get your loot from there. But you also see those tough times where players are running out of heals, running out of ammo late down the stretch. So as much as you can get set up for success early on is great as we switch POVs over to Hook.
One of your favorite perks, the looter, right? You just love to loot as much as possible.
I'm a player, the combat's fun, but I like to collect stuff. I want my paint cans. I want to have all attachments. I don't even want to take a gunfight till I've got stock. I've got grip, because if I lose the gunfight, I'm raging. I'm blaming it on my attachments.
It makes absolutely no sense. I've never played with anybody like you.
I'm slow. I like to be decked out.
I get it, but you're just like, okay, anyone find me a reflex, stock, grip, And well, Sensor Dart is going to spot a team inside range. This is what I was talking about. This is what I love to do in wagers, right? Drop outside of a hotspot, go to maybe a less populated area, get some loot, and then go to that place so you can take the fight, and then you have the Sensor Dart, and the Sensor Dart's just going to make it easy.
And what's great if you get there quickly like that when you don't see much action early, this team may have just had a fight. They're still looting, they're tagged up, and now you can kind of third party just get in and smoke them. Well, they're not ready for it, but after the first kill comes in,
and you can just tell just by this player's positioning that this is a half-decent team. Nobody ever grapples top 10. And Silly, he's going to go down. Josh is going to find that kill. Hook's now in a tough spot. You hear Temp just laughing at him. The pressure is here on Hook, trying to stay up. And at this point, I would just be trying to play my life. He's going to get shot in the back. So Envy, they're done already.
And I don't know if he spotted him. You saw him up against the back wall, but I don't think Hook saw him on his screen. He was in trouble anyways. He was getting pinched from both sides. But now it just becomes Splice. What can you get on the board on top of your 3-kill lead you already have? Does the playstyle change at all now with Envy dropping early?
I think it does just a little bit. You might not be looking for kills as much. You might play the rotation. It looks like they are in the circle, so they're just going to try to find some team fights, right? There's no pressure on them right now. And so you might look at a team. He's got a sniper. You might see, oh, there's a couple of level 3 players. Let's avoid that fight. Let's wait for the next one. But these guys are going to get on their 4-wheeler. They might have just saw that. They had a Sensor Dart in range. They might go challenge that fight right away, but it looks like they might check for some more loot. Nope, they're going to do it. So they have that Sensor Dart attached to the 4-wheeler. It's basically like I don't even know how to explain it, like a mobile UAV.
Yeah, exactly.
You see they're just trying to see where those players rotated out to.
But these fights are tough. Like, we know these are pro players, what they're capable of, but when you're going in as a duo squad like this and splitting, you're in 2v4s more often than not. It makes it tough, especially, you know, with the armor buff. Yes, it can favor them at times, but when you've got 4 decent players.
Well, and it takes, what, 1 concussion?
Yeah, that's
one
true.
cluster, and that's the end. I think that's one thing a lot of players need to utilize more, just in general. Those perks and that equipment can just be so important. So they spot the dart, but this team knows they're here. It looks like Splice just trying to find some vengeance for their Envy teammates.
And what if it's the same team smokes both?
Yeah, I know.
And you know, a lot of these guys have big brands, big names, and some of the players you're familiar. You see it popping up in the kill feed. Oh, we've been there. You see Tim pop up in the kill feed. You go, uh-oh. You either want to hunt him or stay the hell away. Looks like maybe they're trying to reposition the dart. So
they're either trying to, they might just leave. They might just leave this fight. This is what I was talking about, right? You sort of, hey, these guys are pretty solid. Let's go find some bots. Let's go find some Mavens on the map.
Well, the second quarterfinal is getting started as well, Joe. So we'll try. They're trying to find me on the map. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, it's a bunch of Mavens. Just looting away.
I'd put Temp in the dirt. What are my odds on taking a gunfight against Temp 1-on-1?
Out of 100?
Yeah.
In Blackout?
Yeah.
I'd give you 5.
Oh, I'll take it. I'd
give you 5.
Yeah, I'm getting thumbs down from everybody else, so they don't feel very good about it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the support, but we'll take a look now at the other quarterfinal. Octane, one of the best ARs in the history of competitive Call of Duty. We'll see what he's able to do. He's getting in, getting looted up, and looking to make plays.
And, well, he's got a player that just landed on. That is the best thing ever. So sometimes there's a player who lands a little bit late. And what happens is that player is like, I'm going to go to a place where most people don't go, right? Sort of these houses outside of range. And Octane's like, well, hi, I'm here.
And his teammates, what? I believe at White Barn, so he'll be rotating over to get help. He's
now
now
look at them rotating in. This is exactly what you want.
Shots.
If you're Octane and he's going to find a free couple of kills. Octane, that was a full kill, so that player's done. That should be the rest of
You
them.
see no armor, how fast you can tear somebody down.
This is a conservative start from the 100 Thieves guys, but again, just they got blessed because.
What's your single most important pickup when you drop? Has it got to be armor? Number 1, well, gun. That was silly, but gun then armor.
Gun and armor.
Yeah. That poor guy running out, fist up. Nothing he can do.
Unless you find Brawler. I don't know. I don't think I clipped it, but
I've never used Brawler, but I've seen people go off with it.
I landed Ghost Town the first day it dropped.
Oh, so you got like 8 kills with Brawler.
8 kills with Brawler.
That was incredible, Joe.
I'm incredible.
We'll get over to E6 now. Augur out, 1 tagged, 1 dropped.
And the DMR with some of the Blackout changes, it's back. I've been using it a lot, quite a bit. There's a couple of buffs that really around the recentering. DMR definitely a great gun for medium to long range. He has the Quarterfinal out. Texas boys, we'll see you later. That's just a knock, though. They know there's more players inside River.
see how much they can get out of this situation. He's got what, barricade and grapple to work with 4 times now onto the auger. I was about to say that's ambitious. He'll just keep with a default scope for now. A little bit more manageable at these close to medium range gunfights you'll get inside a river. Just sitting, top 2 story. Trying to scout it out, and you see them, they keep kind of checking the score, just trying to keep up with it. See where they stand. And River, I mean, it's a scary spot. I mean, we've been there so many times where you feel like you're good, you feel like you clear so many buildings, somebody can be lurking or set up. So they're playing it patient.
Yeah, that's what they're worried about. There's just so many buildings. The one good thing about Rivertown is there's not the elevation of some areas, right? If you talk construction,
Construction's terrifying.
Yeah, fracking tower. There's just so many levels that you have to clear, and if you choose wrong, you're out. So it looks like Splice did go down. We'll have to take a look at the score. They only got 4 kills. Envy got 2. So that's only a 2-kill game headed into their second one. And just as I say that, Octane, he's going to be knocked. Let's see if we could switch on over to maybe Slasher's point of view. See if he could get him up and save him from a fight.
For now, we'll just...
Well, never mind. He's dead.
Oh, well, he drops. Slasher out. We're going to stay here for now. Octane's going to fall as well, so 100 Thieves out of it. So Enigma 6 now where Splice found themselves. A chance to put some points on the board.
I'm going to be honest. What I'm seeing is not good from any of these teams so far.
Well,
Accelerate played well, but the rest of these guys,
what's surprising
just call me up.
Is typically once players this caliber, if you get out of the drop, if you get out of a hot drop, you get looted. More often than not, they're winning the game. But yeah, it's been struggle city so far.
We expected these guys to put on a show. So far, we haven't seen much.
How bad are you wanting to pick up the sticks right now?
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to leave this and just go substitute in.
Just tag you in? All right.
Cage showing off one of the new emotes. So I believe this score is I believe 100 Thieves does have 3 kills. I think E6 right now just has 2.
Yeah, and we're getting those manually updated on the graphic on the left side of the screen throughout the course of it, so apologies for the delays, but we'll keep you in the loop where things stand. But the main thing you need to know is E6, the one team alive right now, is level 3, but the SWAT, the ability to fry, that's an instant kill too, so he's got time to loot. Attachments galore here.
And he actually switches over to the suppressor.
Do you think we'll see, I saw there was a Titan in that bag, and we haven't seen it yet, but do you think we'll see more LMG use now with the double damage towards vehicles? Because that's been one of the toughest things to deal with, even for a high-level player. You have vehicles flying out, you know how it gets in rotation. You got 4 people on ATVs trying to run you over. I'm curious, maybe that'll be into it more.
Yeah, we're gonna, before I get into that point, we have study with 100 Thieves. Let's head it on over there.
All right, guys, I'm here with the 100 Thieves, Slasher and Octane. I know you guys aren't really that good at single live kind of game modes, so what happened here?
Honestly, we got too far ahead of ourselves and took fights we shouldn't have. We should have chilled up top of the range. We'd have been fine, but I don't know. There's another game, so if they don't get that much of a lead, we'll be all right.
All right, and Sam, how are you feeling after that one?
I don't appreciate that sneak diss, first of all. You know, we got the blood and then messed it up as per usual, so. Oh, maybe they're choking. They're not choking.
All right, guys. Well, good luck in your next match. Clint and Joe, back to you guys.
I like that. I don't like the sneak diss, and we got the first blood and still fell apart like usual. He's joking about their, what was it? Well, it's been a problem for them so far in the Pro League, but what was it? 10 rounds of search the other day. They had 7 first bloods, and they still lose the game in around 10.
Yeah, that was a tough one to watch.
Yeah.
You were freaking out about it.
I was.
You were just counting. You were like, what is going on?
Well, yeah, I mean, usually you get first blood, you're taking the game. Obviously a much different ball game here, but still, it's fun to have a little fun with players. Joke around about their struggles.
You gotta take Consumer. I mean, Consumer's just too good.
What's your best perk in the game? Well, I guess it depends on the situation, but Consumer's up there for me.
Probably Consumer and Reinforce, probably top 2.
Well, it can just get you out of Consumer, get you out of such a bad situation. Just the ability to repair, heal so quickly. Hell, pop other perks if you need to. We've got the other match getting going for their second round as well. So Envy and Splice getting right back into the mix. It's a 4-2 lead for Splice. So really, if you take a look at the scoreboard for either team, nobody out of it as we approach the second round.
Yeah, we're going into our second map, as you said. So Envy down a couple of kills. It looks like Hook and Silly's gonna land a ray. Trying to take a look to see where Aqua's landing. American Temps already top wood, so they dove straight into range.
Oop.
Try again.
There we go. Right in the window, silly. I think Temp.
Why did you just laugh like that?
I don't know. I'm just having fun, Joe.
All right.
Time of my life. You hear some shots coming in, I think, to the south. His grapple use.
We'll just take the ladder. We'll just take the ladder.
There we go. That works. That works. You still have 7 grapples to use, but it might take all 7 for him to get top.
Now, we talked about armor and a weapon. Number 3's got to be a backpack, right? That allows you to take a lot more.
A number of times I've found myself in mid-game and just realized I don't have a backpack. It's embarrassing. It's just one of those things that
you love your loot.
It's just one of those things you overlook sometimes if you don't get one off drop, and then you're going to pick up extra perks, some extra utility, and you don't have one. Now, gun we haven't, I know at least for us personally, we haven't used a ton in Blackout, is the Swordfish, but we've seen a lot more as the metas kind of evolve with the updates. We'll see if Swordfish might be something we'll see him play. We've seen the Augur come back into it, but now Hook, he's able to knock one.
And Hook's got the MP40, and the MP40 and the Grav have started spawning a little bit more everywhere, right? You used to only find it around zombies in zombie boxes. But ever since that update on Tuesday, Treyarch's like, hey, play with these a little bit. The MP40 has a slow rate of fire, but that thing
hits hard.
Armor.
Yeah, no, it hits hard.
Net call. Supply drop incoming.
Let's get over to Aqua now and see what the Splice squad are doing. They're moving in towards Red Barn, and this can be a tough fight, except when you have a grapple. It makes it so much more manageable to peek in top window. Super low, they're going to be looting a big box, and they're in trouble. You see the players start to scramble.
Now the other players are rotating in. You see on that sensor dart, so Temp's going to clean them on up. But yeah, Red Barn, it's a scary place for a lot of people just because there's 3 floors. It's hard to check every corner. But if you have a grapple, if you can get to that window,
50% of my deaths are trying to break into red. I stopped going near it at times because I always seem to drop there. Whether it's the zombies smacking me in the face as I'm in gunfight or the elevation. 50 HP though for Aqua.
Yeah, but he's got level 3. That's why he played that so confidently. And while he's got the help attempt, so that's going to be a clean wipe for Splice and a lot of loot.
Now they can just check these bags, see what they're able to pick up as we start to approach closer to mid-game. But there's still 70 players on the board. A trauma out, medkits up, bandages for days. And it seems like Aqua's got enough in his kit.
Yeah, and we have a screen right next to us with all point of views. I'm just taking a look at Diabolic and Cade. They still have 6 kills for E6. We're going to take a look at Temp's point of view. Able to find 1 kill with that Rampart. So got the 2 times the script. It's pretty low on ammo, but another kill to extend their lead.
And just, we got a brief glimpse really of what Aqua is snagging and also Temp. That team fight gets them everything they need. Gonna go ahead and pop Paranoia. An incredible perk just for spotting enemy positions, especially, you know, when you got that guy lurking in a bush, hiding in the grass, sitting on top of a barn.
But we always know there's that one instance where, like, you start getting shot at and then it goes off.
Thanks, Paranoia.
Yeah,
Where were you 2 seconds ago? I just got my head ripped off.
That sounds about right. That sounds like exactly how it sounds for you.
Yeah, it does. I start to rage. There's a lot of anger in me at times. Let's get back over to Hook and the Envy squad as they're down, not massively, but down 6 kills. They've got a pair of ATVs. They're getting shot, though, up on the hill. The rotation in from Array. MP40 out to Guardian. He gets away from it. Nice movement from Hook. Hits the stun. That should be a kill, maybe 2. I thought he was going to cross into the path of the Guardian there for a second.
Yeah, he just backs down, heals up. He's going to finish a couple of these kills. But again, he's just being so confident right now. When you have that level 3 armor, you get on that ATV. Because, I mean, last patch when you were on an ATV, with the way that armor was nerfed, you had a level 1, level 2, heck, even level 3, you would get smoked. Like, you had to be very careful.
Let's check out E6. We haven't seen the action from their POV for a while. They're also ATV'd up.
I mean, they still have 30 left, so when you have that many teams left, if you pick up 2 more teams, say 8 more kills, they have a 13-kill lead going into map 2. That's such a big lead. That's what I'm saying. When you get into these positions, you just have to pick and choose your fights.
And you see the circle top left. They're just looking for edge fights right now. The rotation across from really fracking into range. the Asylum and River rotation in as well, as everyone's trying to swarm towards this top middle portion of the map. Still has the Augur equipped, and you hit your shots, the damage it can deal is insane. But we'll go right back over to Splice. It seems they're still hunting for action.
Oh, you hear the zombies.
Yeah, they terrify me. The noise they make when they hit me, I panic. The number of gunfights I've
They don't
lost,
do anything. They just sort of scare you.
They get in my head. They get in my head, Joe. Similar situation we saw on the other end, just looking for edge fights around the circle as players have to rotate into safety from the storm. And then he's got the SDM out. I actually haven't used it much since the patch. You know, it was so dominant early on.
It was really
now maybe back in the meta. We'll see if Aqua can put it to use.
Well, they're going into Rivertown. And again, with that circle, right, we talked about Ghost Town. That side of the map, array, zombie area, people have to rotate on through. As you can see, here comes the collapse coming on in. And, well, you hear the shots. I believe that's top fringe barn. Just trying to find anything he can. Temp able to find one down. And this is just a simple rotation fight where they know those players are going to have to fly on out. They're able to find a couple more kills.
Yeah, they're sprinted in, desperation mode, trying to stay out of the storm, not take any added damage. Then you're running into these guys posted up in power positions. Hook's dropped on the NVN, so Splice have an advantage, and Silly's by himself. That's what's going to make it so tough. He's almost going to have to rely on one of these players to fall. Let's check out Silly. He does have a vehicle to work with, so he'll be able to get into the action a little bit quicker and maybe find fights. He has an outlaw to use too.
And the tough thing is, as well, is if Splice wants to, they can just follow him. Try to just take as many kills as they can so he can't get back into the game.
You think that should be the game plan? Like if he's by himself, just lurk his fights, trail him?
I mean, you could sort of, you're both alive, you're both well equipped if you're Splice. You don't have too much to worry about as they continue to win fights. You see Temp in the top right able to find a couple of kills. Because basically every single fight Silly goes into is going to be a 1v3, a 1 versus 4.
And if you see him bring up the scoreboard, he's simply just calculating, checking where they stand. I know we have the graphic for you guys at home, but Silly just trying to track that individually. Exactly. He doesn't see that on his screen.
He does have the outlaw, though. I mean, if there's one gun. If you hit your shots with the rate of fire of the outlaw, you can wipe a squad. But let's take a look at Enigma 6. I believe they're still alive in game 1, but they're in a fight right now.
Fuck. Get him, Beast.
Get him, Beast. You hear the teammate calling out. Beast did not get him. Beast got his head taken off. Poor Beast. Cade wins the gunfight. Get him, Beast.
That's my favorite part of Blackout.
Oh my God. The post-death comms are incredible. I love it. I think some of our funniest situations while playing have arisen in the chatter end game.
But there's only...
What a great teammate, though. Great support.
There's only 7 left. We'll see if we could finally get a win on the board tonight from the E6 boys. A couple of fights going down the map, so now only 5 remaining. If you're 100 Thieves, you'll take this. It's only a 7-kill lead. It could be much worse. We saw that earlier where it was 13, 15. 7 isn't too bad. That's only a couple of team wipes. See how many more Diabolic and Cade can get to close out.
Let's try to push up the lead as much as they can as Octane and Slasher just waiting to get back onto the action, just kind of rooting for these guys to fail now at the tail end of this game. Woo! Oh, Diabolic drops, so the trade is there from Cade.
His reaction. Cade, though, able to find it. That was only a solo player. If that was a team, they're in some trouble.
But it leads to another kill. Diabolic's like, I just got gunned.
He said, what did he have?
Well, we're going to find out. I'm kind of curious what he got smoked with.
Oh, ABR.
ABR, wow. Only 3 others remaining. Can they get the win on the board? Is getting looted up. Grabbing what utility they can for the end game. He's got Consumer popped. You can see across the bottom right, he's got what? Smoke, Barricade, Frag, Grapple. Getting the armor, suited up. But this is very much a winnable situation. They're not going to be fighting on a full team. And for them, hopefully, maybe it's a 2v2, v1.
I'm trying to see what Cade has. So it's looking like he's got a SDM. So we're going to go over Cade. So he's actually still with the Augur. He's got 7 kills as well and the SWAT. So now they're just trying to
Oh, they
spot.
spot him. Yeah.
Well, they spot one player on that ATV.
Just by the vision they got there, more than likely a solo, and there's the other two. Might have
Is this player just trying to run him over?
Oh no!
It is. It's scary.
Oh, it's terrifying. It's terrifying.
It's tough to, have your auto aim keep up with that ATV if he's trying to
Here he
fly on
comes.
by.
Here he comes.
Octane! He jumps right past it. That player was so close, grapples away, but he's turning around. And well, they have pressure from the back as well. The last team. Oh, inches away. Almost got his big toe.
He's help me! Hey, he's gonna drop. He's gonna drop. Cade is out. We'll swap POVs. The pressure all on Diabolic to extend this lead they have over 100 Thieves.
He's got to worry about the collapse as well.
What a distraction this ATV has been. They can't focus on the gunfights at the ridge.
Circle collapsed.
He got out. He got out.
Safety.
I'm blowing up the ATVs.
I think I hear another one.
Oh, yeah, he got the fresh one. That's what I was saying. I'm blowing him up. Well, at least for now. Well, he's going to get shot in the back. But there we go.
Let's go! Fucking sack.
Well, that squad's hyped up. They're very happy about their victory, but now we've yet to see a team get a win. Oh, no. We'll shift focus back over as Silly is still in this kind of 1v2 spot as Aqua and Temp both up, and Silly needs a miracle right now.
Well, he's down 11 and there's 14 left.
He needs them to get smoked by something to basically find every kill.
Basically, through the team fights, yeah, he has to hope he hits the second outlaw shot or second snipe and gets all the kills, but it's going to be very difficult.
Swimming as fast as he can to get into the action. That's the other scary part of it. Aqua and Temp are leading the way, so they'll be the first entries. Can he steal any kills as we get closer to the final circle and they work their way up near Hydro? You can see how looming that high ground is.
There's a fight going on. Temp putting some shots in. Aqua's able to get that kill.
This is worst case scenario for Silly.
Now just 13 left, and he's going to be down 12. So he's got to get every single kill in order for Team Envy to advance.
Net call. Supply drop incoming.
This mountain always so tough to push, especially if a team has the high ground, but so far they've done well to get in position.
Sounds like a fight's going on. So Silly does get one. But that right there, there's another fight going on, and if those kills get cleaned up, it'll just be impossible for Silly to even catch it.
That's what's tough for Silly. It's like he's not only fighting against Splice, he needs the other players in the lobby to not pick up any as well. Well, mistakes were made by poor Giovanni as he drops to the storm.
So now what? There's 11 left. He has to get every single kill. Silly has to be perfect and has to hope that the rest of the teams just are camping.
Oh, Silly. This is your moment, Silly.
Please do not fight each other.
And he has one member in Temp kind of trailing him as well. He does spot one of the storm, has to hit his shots. Whiffs.
And now here's the thing, right there, that player on Splice right behind him. He's going to weaken him up, and, well, that's a kill steal. Temp, he's going to get one. Aqua's going to run him over, and now it's impossible for Silly to win.
Yep, Silly can't do it now, so that's going to mean that the Splice side will advance. I think our favorites coming into this, but we do have one more game with the 100 Thieves Enigma 6 into things. Silly's picking up kills, but unfortunately for him, it's too little too late.
Good thing is we might get a victory, right? We might get a W.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Not many remaining now, just 6 others. I think we're going to hop to the other. He knows he can't do it. He knows he can't do it, so we'll swap out. So 100 Thieves.
Were they down 8? That's not bad. Like, you go down early.
Yeah.
8 is not bad. That's 2 team fights.
Pacify the mission area.
They just need to, I mean, if Enigma 6 get a hot drop, though, and pick up 4, like, you might have to start thinking about splitting early if the lead does get big. But 8, as you mentioned, manageable for now. But it's just at that territory with a good drop for Enigma 6 and a poor one for 100 Thieves. And suddenly you're racing against the count.
So it looks like 100 Thieves going right back to that strat, those houses right outside the barns. See Slasher just trying to use the free camera, spot anything, doesn't. So Slasher and Octane gonna try to play for the long game. Trying to look to see
where the others dropped.
So Diabolic and Cade inside Red Barn.
Heck, they might be racing to see who can get to Fringe first and pick off that team. Or sorry, to firing range first.
Yeah, you definitely don't want a 2-time scope on a SOG.
That'll be tough to control. Grab might be better than nothing right now just to have a secondary. There's an Augur. He's going to avoid it for now with how strong the Augur has been.
He probably just doesn't know.
Yeah, no, could be. I mean, we're talking, it became more relevant in the meta as of, yeah, a few days ago.
And 3 days ago, they were playing their pro league matches.
No helicopter here for them to potentially use to get to the action quicker. He can't grab anything else. He doesn't have a backpack. Razor wire, I'm not sure that's going to come into play for them. I hear the guys reacting the other end. Did they manage to win the game?
I don't see anything yet.
Octane's now moved up to White Barn. Looks like E6 still looting in red. If you're into Thieves, man, you just got to get in the action soon. We haven't heard any shots yet, at least that I've heard towards range. But there could be a full squad there just getting looted up right now. Now you hear the shots. That sounds like it was range, right? I guess it could have been River.
Yeah, and both of these teams just trying to get as much loot as possible, not finding anything. And it looks like we're going to have a circle towards Fracking Tower, so we're going to have to move on through. Yeah, looks like it is near this heli barn. Cade able to find one. That might just be it. It might have been a solo or the rest of a fight before.
But they're going to be playing a similar rotation right now, just based on where the circle is. They'll be heading in from this mid-map spot. But they want to check firing range first, so 100 Thieves are going to head to firing range. Let's check out E6 and see where they're trying to make the play, as they just found another kill to extend this lead out to 9. They're now into River on the rotation from red, so they're starting to approach at least towards where the circle is headed. On the other 100 Thieves, they're going to take a little bit of a gamble, kind of approaching the gases that's coming in. Now they're into firing range. Can they spot anything?
I don't know if there's anything here.
Yeah, garage door's not open.
Yeah, and Cade able to find one inside River.
Yeah, this isn't looted. So I don't think anyone dropped range. Or if they did, there's a no. By now, you think they'd be having.
I don't think anybody did.
No,
they do find a sensor though. That'll be big down the stretch.
They need to get a vehicle though. I think just.
Yeah, down 10 kills.
It's already down to 67 in the lobby as well.
Yeah, looks like nothing looted here.
I wonder what, you know, with the deficit, I'm a little bit surprised they're still trying to loot and just not get involved in the action. Take a team fight and maybe get looted that way. Maybe it's trying to look for an armor upgrade. I think both sitting on level 1. We'll get back over to E6 inside River. Oh, the one we get right in time for the tomahawk. Cade. Little laugh, little extra love.
That was only a knock though, so there's definitely more players here.
And that's what's tough. I mean, you take the gamble to head towards firing range, your 100 Thieves. You expect action. Your opposition, they go towards Rivertown, and they find a squad. Just a little bit of luck on the Enigma 6 side as well, but now they're leaving firing range. They're as looted as they're going to get for now.
Is that a rocket from Slasher? I think Slasher was using rockets. Here we go. They have a fight near some of these newer buildings. Slasher able to find one. Octane just backing away, healing up.
Supply drop inbound.
They see the rest on the hill. This is a big couple of fights and nice shots out of Slasher to clean that up. You saw only 8 damage dealt, but it doesn't matter. He's going to try to clean it up so he can confirm the kill. But those players, they go down to a team.
And they just need to get involved. Not quite desperation mode yet, but it's getting close. Down 9. Just wants to get high ground and see what's remaining. There's the barbed wire use. He's got no other utility really to speak for. He doesn't even have a backpack yet. Octane spotted one in range, just didn't let him know.
Did he? Backpack?
I saw Octane run over one earlier, yeah.
Yeah, there's another one of these fights, and yeah, there we go. Octane able to find one. Just trying to third party this, and it looks like it's going well so far as they find another kill, and yeah, it was Slasher with rockets. Cade, though, on the E6 side does find another kill. I think they hear an ATV or an A.
Well, I think that's why where they are in relation to the circle, they know how many people are going to be moving in, whether it's from construction, from array. He wants to carry these rockets. Maybe they can pick up some ATVs as people push through. You saw how frustrating the ATV can be to deal with in our previous match.
They gotta go. They gotta go quick, right? There's a collapse already coming on in. This is not a very strong ATV either. He hits a couple of bumps, a couple of fences. This thing will blow on up, and they're actually going at those players, just trying to see what they can find. Yes, the weak circle not, or the first circle not that strong, and here we go. They're gonna try to chase him.
All right, Octane's got to hit a shot. Nice shot from Octane, picks one off. They're able to finish off Commander to death. There's even more in the storm. Octane with another. I think he gets two. We'll see where our lead
level 3
sits. Enigma 6, it looks like they were able to pick up a few more as well, but now you get some attachments to use. ICR gets decked out. You get that dart, which they're not going to toss on yet.
It's only down 6 now. They have to be careful. This is what I'm saying. You got to be careful when it's smoking.
If they blow up, I swear.
They got to be careful.
And Slasher, I mean, if they run into anyone, he can't heal while he's driving, so he's dipped below 70 HP now. They're going to get out of the storm.
But always on that first circle, right? You can see that truck stopped. Some more new buildings that were added in the update. Near these red trailers. Yeah, he immediately has to heal, but they have to know, right? You see that truck, you know players rotated on in. They hear another ATV. Oh, nope, that's just Octane.
Be advised. Further collapse expected.
Just got to be careful too. Only level 1. There was definitely a level 2 or level 3, but over to E6, you see Diabolic starting to take some damage. And while they shot a dart at that ATV, that thing's on fire.
Well, that might not provide much. 4 kills right now for Cade. I think you hear the Guardian inside. Or it was a trip mine we heard. Sorry, trip mine. Octane did get one more. They're just hunting. They see these trip mines. They don't know when they were tossed. There could be a team lurking.
They use the sensor dart. You can see it on the map. It's just staying.
That's tough. That's tough because that might be a critical piece of equipment for them to rally the comeback.
Diabolic does get taken down. It's going to be Cade alone. Is able to find that player to knock Tim.
This might be the moment for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, we'll just have to see if Cade can stay alive, but he actually does get the save off right here. Slasher able to spot one. You see that smokes pop. Cluster on in as well. Just trying to find this hill. You don't want to waste too much time, but you don't want to go down either. Slasher's going to get taken care of, and now it's just on Octane down 6.
And he finds himself in a spot like we saw Silly versus Splice. Octane down to 22 HP. Just trying to heal up. He's got to go big. Yeah, he's trying to back up. He doesn't have a lot of ammo either on the KN.
He knows it too. You can see he's sort of steadying his shots, just pacing them. But that lead now up to 9. 25 players left. Does get some loot. Got a grapple.
I think
reinforced.
I think he was hoping he could find some 7.62 ammo.
Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety.
Just spot him through the crack. It looks like those players might have run, but this is his chance. Okay, so now Diabolic Cade down. It's still 9 kills. If it's a tie,
this is very doable.
It is doable, but he has to stay alive right now, and he needs a big win. Plus, he has the circle coming on in. The collapse.
A big moment now for 100 Thieves as he's going to bring it back.
Just needs some loot. That player's so weak.
18 bullets remaining in the KN, and all he has is a Mog on top of that. Has to hit his shots. He's got to hit his shots. 4 left. Doesn't finish it now. Guess what? That's outside of Mog range.
And he has to run. He just can't take this fight. Plus, he's not going to have time to loot.
He's got a paint can, though.
That's all that matters.
Doesn't replenish his KN, unfortunately.
Get those new camos.
Oh, if he could have gotten those 2 kills and just got looted from him, you give him a decent chance in this because a lot of those kills you find in the tail end of the circle, just third-partying fights, picking off solo players. But this is just making me anxious, seeing him running around with a KN and no ammo.
Yeah, he's trying to find any loot that he can. Puts on the 2 times.
I'll tell you one thing from my intense knowledge of Blackout, a scope does not help your gun if you don't have bullets to shoot.
That's, yep.
Yeah.
That is intense knowledge.
A wealth of knowledge, Joe.
I know.
I just feel bad for him at this point. Like he's got to take a fight, but he's got to do it with the MOG.
And plus, too, he doesn't have a lot of time.
Well, the good thing, when you get right over the ridge up here, there are a couple of buildings. Oh, there we go.
762. Yeah, he's like, oh, that's 762. So I'm going to take that. He's actually going to switch it on over.
Oh, he has the.
You don't have to do that.
You got the new swap feature, which apparently Octane's not aware of, but now he's got 7 bullets.
70
bullets. 70 bullets. Seven would be a lot scarier, Joe. As we saw, he couldn't hit any of his 7.
Oh, that's an A-Rap.
Oh,
He's gotta be careful.
No!
Does he hit it? He hits it.
There's one.
But he only gets one, man. If that's a full A-Rap, could be a big swing for Octane.
Down 8. Down 8. He wants to loot, but he's worried there's others lingering.
Right, I was going to say, he knows that was only a knock, so where are the teammates?
Yeah, was he driving from his teammates? Was he driving to his teammates? Right now, he's just trying to figure it out.
Here's the shots going down. And I believe that's a team, the shot caller guy. That's the team who took down Cade and Diabolic.
I'd also appreciate if he'd repair his armor.
I know you would. Just trying to spot anything. You saw he has a very far circle, a long distance to travel. Just trying to spot anything.
I think he's just hoping something's in from kind of construction and cargo side of the map. Rotating in. The worst case for him is everyone kind of rotated early and they're the opposite side of the river. And that's looking like it might be the case. All the pressure on Octane now. You see the scoreline on the left side of the screen, trailing by 7. There's 19 others in the party.
Don't drown.
But while we wait for Octane to try and clutch up, I believe we've got his teammate Slasher with Study.
All right, Slasher. What do you think is going to happen right now?
I mean, he's got to move pretty quick. I think he's down 7 with only 18 people left in the lobby, so it's not looking good. He doesn't have good loot, so I don't know. I'm not too confident, but Sam might be able to pull it off.
What happened to you, though? That's what I'm really curious about.
What happened to me? The first game, like I said, we messed up. The second game, I don't even remember, dude. I didn't have good loot either game. Kind of unfortunate. Yo, wait, there's an auger right there, right? Yo, hold up. If he gets that gun, maybe we have a chance.
Okay. Do you think Sam has the ice?
He definitely got the ice. In multiplayer. Blackout, we'll find out.
All right, well, let's throw it back to Clint and Maven. I mean,
Clint and Maven. Yes, I like that.
I just don't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's all right. It's all right, Joe. We've had enough of you.
All right.
No, I'm kidding.
Take it away.
I would be nothing without Joe. Whether it comes to casting. No, my favorite part of that, though, is when he goes, I don't know what he said. I don't know if I have confidence. You saw Octane hurt him.
Well, and he goes,
what?
Well, he goes, oh, there's an ABR, but ABR got
I prefer the auger in this spot,
I think,
right?
yeah, the DMR a little bit stronger right now than the ABR.
Just due to the increased ability of armor, just soaking extra bullets.
The ABR got that longer delay in between bursts.
He just needs.
He's got time. He's got time.
An ATV and a dart would be huge, but not many have dropped in this whole sequence, which is great. Like 5 players have fallen as he's traversed river and now pushing. And it's going to be a relatively open finish, right? Not a ton of cover, and he has an ABR. Feel a bit better if he had maybe a sniper to use.
You'd love some more equipment as well. A couple of concussions, maybe a cluster or 2. You're hearing snipes go off. You know, a lot of teams, when they rotate into these far circles, just play around the pipes, right? They play around the map boundaries.
Well, you talk about utility and in kind of this circle. It's just there's not a lot of room for him to finesse here if he runs into a full squad. Not a ton of cover to work with outside of trees and rocks really out in this position.
You'll take a trophy, though.
Yeah, a trophy. Trophy actually could. Oh, here we go. This is a chance. He gets spotted, though, by 1. Shots a little off.
It got nerfed for a reason.
There's 3 of them there. He's been tagged down to 50 HP. He might want to get that trophy down sooner than later if they opt to push him. Trophy out. As the bumper bros might be coming, you hear the cluster. Thankfully, he's got the tree to at least work with. Can he at least get 1 knock to back them up? There's the first knock, but he's got 25 HP. Another push coming in. He's so weak, trying to get out. Can't do it. Octane will fall. A valiant effort. But if Slasher didn't believe him, I'm not sure he believed in himself.
Yeah, that was just a tough fight, right? You sort of look up the hill and there's 4 players just looking down at you. That is not what you want. And of course, his trophy somehow blew up. Didn't protect him very much from those clusters, and that's tough.
Yeah, I think it hit like right in front of the tree, so the trophy didn't pick it up. Then the spread of the clusters are putting damage into him as well as he's trying to get the heal off and deal with that push. But yeah, not an easy situation for Octane, but that's going to do it for our second set of quarterfinals as we now will have our squads moving on as we get closer and closer. We'll have 2 more big rounds to come up with our semifinals and then our grand final to close out our first Blackout after dark.
And then we're going to go home and play Blackout.
Yes, I'm going to be playing a ton tonight.
Yeah.
Well, now that we can prestige, man, I need to grind.
Yeah,
I need merits, Joe.
And paint cans.
Merits and paint cans. We talked about teams moving on, so let's glance at the bracket for now. You see our 2 semifinals as they're set up. United and Accelerate on one side of it, and Splice in Enigma 6 will be the other semifinal match. So those 2 will be going on at the same time to set up our grand final. After the gameplay you've seen, anything changed for you with regards to who you're favoring, or still feel pretty good about the Splice side?
I mean, Accelerate looked great. Yeah, so I think I'm going to favor them right now. And the United, they didn't. I think they got a little bit lucky, right? Heretic supposedly doesn't play a lot of Blackout. Brian took down his teammate, had a couple of lucky mesh mines. We'll see how they do in the semi.
Well, we did see 2 teams that had painful losses in the CWL Pro League suffer some here as well as Envy and 100 Thieves drop in the quarterfinal. We've got the semis coming up next.